Meanwhile, Elon Musk's bid to take over Twitter has now been stymied by a poison pill that Twitter is putting in its documents. According to the New York Times, Twitter does not want to become a plaything of the world's richest person. I love that the media are now pretending that very rich people don't run places like the New York Times. It's owned by the Sulzberger family. Like, there's this bizarre, crazy wording here. It's like, Twitter doesn't want to be the plaything of a rich person. What do you think? It's owned by a bunch of poor people, Twitter? Like the folks at over at the local homeless shelter are setting the algorithms, or what? Or is it a bunch of billionaires? On Friday, according to Lauren Hirsch and Kate Conger of the New York Times, Twitter turned into a tried and tested corporate defense mechanism invented in the 1980s, the heyday of the corporate raider, to block a potential takeover attempt by Elon Musk and buy its board some time. The mechanism, known as a poison pill, has a simple intention: to make it less palatable for a potential buyer to pursue the target company if the buyer accumulates shares above a certain threshold. In Twitter's case, if Musk bought more than 15% of the company, Twitter would then flood the market with new stock that all shareholders except Musk could buy at a discounted price. That would immediately dilute Musk's stake and make it significantly more expensive for him to buy the company. Musk currently owns a little more than 9% of Twitter's stock. Twitter said its plan would be in place for just shy of 1 year. The tool will not stop the company from holding talks with any potential buyer and will give it more time to negotiate a deal that Twitter's board believes best reflects the company's value. So the board of Twitter is going to decide, not the shareholders of Twitter. The strategy doesn't mean the company is going to be independent forever, said Drew Pasquarella, senior lecturer of finance at Cornell. It just means they can effectively fend off Elon. Twitter is weighing whether to invite bids from other people close to the company, said. So apparently they're now trying to sell to someone else, because all they are looking for at this point is just somebody who is not going to change the algorithm so that it doesn't discriminate against conservatives. Silver Lake, a private equity firm that already owns a significant stake in Twitter, could be a possibility, people said. Silver Lake, a technology-focused buyout fund, has more than $90 billion in assets under management, and a managing partner there, Egan Durbin, sits on Twitter's board. Silver Lake has come to Twitter's rescue before. In 2020, when Elliott Management, an activist investor, amassed shares in Twitter and wanted to make changes, Silver Lake helped the parties reach a compromise. As part of that deal, Silver Lake invested $1 billion in Twitter. Well, let me just explain. That is not the same thing as Elon Musk offering, what was it, $43 billion? Not $1 billion, $43 billion in order to just buy it straight up. At least one other private equity firm, Thoma Bravo, is weighing a possible offer for Twitter, according to Reuters. Poison pills have become part of a corporate toolkit in America. Netflix adopted a poison pill in 2012 to stop Carl Icahn from buying up its shares. Papa John's used one against the pizza chain's founder and chairman, John Schnatter, in 2018. Investors rarely try to get around a poison pill by buying shares beyond the threshold set by the company, according to securities experts. One said it would be financially ruinous even for Mr. Musk. Okay, but the fact that the media are celebratory about this demonstrates what exactly their priorities are. And of course, their real priorities are making sure that Twitter is just an outlet for all of their preferred beliefs. Because without a monopoly on the media, they've got nothing. If people actually get to say what they think, the left loses so much of its momentum in the culture wars. This is why you have Democratic strategists coming out, and this Danielle Moody telling Al Sharpton, who, again, unbelievable. It will never stop being unbelievable to me that Al Sharpton has his own television show. I mean, the man is the worst race baiter of the last half century. It's unbelievable. This Democratic strategist is telling Al Sharpton, who himself has been involved in no less than 2 riots, that Elon Musk is a danger to free speech.
Elon Musk is a danger to Twitter and to freedom of speech. He has been known to say some of the most transphobic and homophobic things to his millions of followers. So creating an arena for hate, to me, that's what that sounds like, an opportunity for him to have no consequences, to have no flags, for people just to be able to do whatever it is and say whatever they want, with regardless of what kind of harm that it causes.
Oh my God, he wants people to be able to say and do what they want? Holy crap. That would be terrible. It'd be horrible if we had a, like amendment in the Constitution that basically guaranteed the same thing. Can you imagine how bad that country would be? That'd be a terrible country. That had an amendment that says you can say and do kind of what you want. And I love that, regardless of what harm it does, because speech to these folks is violence. Meanwhile, SNL, which exists at the mercy of a public willing to take its pathetic mockery, SNL is just, the people who write SNL, they must just be interns at the White House, because the material there is just garbage. So SNL over the weekend was suggesting the real reason Elon Musk wanted to take over Twitter so he can say the N-word, because that, of course, that's really what this is about. It's not about suppression of obvious stories like the Hunter Biden story. It's about people wanting to say the N-word. Nailed it, SNL.
Elon Musk offered to buy Twitter for over $40 billion so he can loosen its free speech rules. That's how badly white guys want to use the N-word.
Because that's exactly how this is working. It's all about white guys who want to say the N-word. Now, if you wonder why the media are so upset about the possibility of Musk taking over Twitter, the answer is if they don't have a monopoly on the messaging, they've got nothing. Nothing. How's this for a title? Ben Shapiro Show subscriber destroys like button with clicks and logic. I'd watch that. Make it happen, gang.